Hello, lads. I'd just like to hit a couple of subjects here pertaining to Hollywood and the depravity therein. This is going to be a very informal video. I'm not, I don't know all the ins and outs, all the details. If I were to write up something formally, I would, make sure I had all of the details known. As far as we know them, the purported details. As it is, I'm just going by what I have heard. But these are two stories which, again, to me, reinforce my sense of Hollywood and the entertainment industry's depravity in general. I remember the last video I did, maybe the last video I did on this subject was there was an interview or a video done by the girl who performed in Missy Misdemeanor Elliott's video Work It, who danced. She was a white girl, but she danced, she break danced and stuff, or broke danced, however you say it. That video was from a long time ago, in the right around the millennium, the turn of the millennium. And now she's grown up, and she was telling stories about how, when she was a little girl, she was told to, when she was supposedly, seeing, auditioning for a role, she was told, pretend you're getting raped. And, it was just like, it was just the most inappropriate thing, because she was like 6 or 7 at the time. And what in the world? Why would they ask her to do that? I'll link to that. I think her name was Allison Stoner, and you can find that old video of mine from a few months ago where I talk about her. So two things that come to mind. First of all, Amanda Bynes, who's been on this downward spiral for a long time. She was this cute, precocious Hollywood child star. She had her own show, I think on Nickelodeon, called The Amanda Show. And, just very, very precocious, very talented, very just made to be in front of the camera, not shy at all, for whatever reason. And then at some point along the way, something snapped within her, and she just, as is the case with so many Hollywood child stars, they just go off the rails. They totally go off the rails. And, I for a while, it was like, it was a joke. I remember, I think I've said this before, I remember Dana Plato from long ago. Dana Plato, who was on Different Strokes, the white girl in Different Strokes, the white sister of Willis and Gary Coleman. She went off the rails. She became just this. She got all into drugs and was partying all the time and was just doing various things that were not beneficial to her life or to her general health or well-being, and eventually she died, ostensibly of a suicide or an overdose or something like that. And I remember it was just sort of a joke to people at the time, like, man, those kids from Different Strokes. Because I remember Todd Bridges, who played Willis on Different Strokes, he also he became this. He went off the rails. He talked about in the movie. What's that movie called? That documentary, An Open Secret. In the documentary An Open Secret about child abuse in Hollywood, he talked about how while they were filming an episode about child abuse, he was being abused by some network executive, of course. And he went off the rails and became an armed robber, but he eventually was able to pull himself back from the brink. But I remember like some joke on Arsenio Hall way back when, saying, "What is happening to those different strokes kids?" And it was something people just sort of laughed about for a time. Just these Hollywood kids just losing their minds. But it's become so much of a pattern. I mean, it's the exception rather than the rule, that where you have a child star in Hollywood or in the music industry, someone who gets really, really famous at a very young age, and who doesn't just become this basket case. It's very, very sad, and I think it's because of what's done to them. I think that they are abused. I think there is massive abuse in the entertainment industry of children. So the latest with Amanda Bynes, maybe you've already heard about this. She just disappeared one night and then was found walking around totally naked in some bad part of town, and where terrible things could have happened to her, but she was discovered and rescued, and but she didn't know who she was. She didn't know where she was. She was just totally out of it. The official story is that she didn't take her meds, and that's what led her to become the way that she became that night. I doubt the official story. I think. Well, of course, she's under conservatorship, just like Britney Spears was, supposedly to for her own protection. But I'm thinking, I don't know. I think this whole saying, well, she's just she's just naturally she's just got a chemical imbalance, and this is she has to take her meds for this chemical imbalance that she has, which she would have, presumably she would have this chemical imbalance even if she was just living an ordinary life, not in the spotlight, never was famous, etc. That's something I doubt very strongly. Again, what's it all about? I think it's about abuse. I think these kids, boys and girls alike, are abused in Hollywood, because Hollywood is depraved and demonic and satanic and pedophilic. So there's that story. The other story is about the girl, the female actress who played the cheerleader in the fourth season of Stranger Things. I don't remember the character's name. I don't remember the actress's name right now. But she's a Twitch streamer now, and she recently told a story that she recently talked about why she's not doing movies anymore and doesn't want to do movies or shows or things like that anymore, but just wants to be a Twitch streamer now. And she said, what she says is that on a particular shoot, a director who was who she didn't name the director. One gets the feeling that their name is Legion, though, that this kind of abuse is so endemic that it's like the exceptions to that aren't this way, that don't do things like this or worse. But what she said was that this director had a girlfriend on the set, and the girlfriend approached her, this young actress, and asked her if she would be in a threesome with her and the director. And she says that she refused the offer. She declined the offer, and I don't know if she continued to do the project. But anyway, it freaked her out so much that she just didn't want to be a part of Hollywood anymore. Didn't want to be a part of the biz anymore. And again, even though this girl is older, she's probably like in her early 20s. So it's not not so much of a child, child abuse story. It does just show the depravity that's out there, and I mean, like it's just normal. It's just another day at work, right? Imagine going to your place of work, and your one of your coworkers says, "Oh, you know what? I'm sleeping with the boss, and he wanted to know if you wanted to be in a threesome with me and him. What do you say?" I mean, that's not reality as most of us know it. But it's just sort of, you get the feeling it's just sort of common everyday occurrence in the Hollywood industry, in the entertainment industry. I guess it's not all out of Hollywood now, but you know what I'm saying. I just feel like my sense is that every young person, every child who you see on any show or any movie is probably being abused, or probably about to be abused, or probably has already been abused by multiple people. And it's something that is really deeply disconcerting, to say the least. And these two stories again just sort of show or reinforce my ongoing sense of how things go, how things are in Hollywood, and nothing is going to change it, no matter what people get righteous about this, that, or the other thing. They misdirect, like the Me Too things. It was telling part of the truth, but it wasn't telling the whole truth. Yes, women were being victimized by creeps like Harvey Weinstein. That was happening, but there were plenty of men who were being victimized. There were plenty of children who were being victimized, and people didn't talk about that. So it just became this anti-male thing. This men just need to learn to do better. So they made it into this divisive. This thing that divides the sexes, became this divisive feminist issue, instead of it being about how the power has no gender, and how those who have power in this world just tend to behave towards those who don't. Perhaps for reasons that are more disconcerting than some of us might think. Perhaps because of certain beliefs that they have. Perhaps because of because in many cases it serves a ritual purpose. And again, I know this sounds crazy to some people, but to me, I've seen enough, I've read enough. I think it happens. I strongly believe it. So there you go. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. Thanks for watching.